Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. It's over to
Hare,
you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
You
Hare.
want something to share, Prabhuji? Should I make you a co-host or something? There is something for you to share. Sloka, some.
If somebody wants to read the translation, that would help, Mataji.
Oh,
If we can give rights to one person, maybe, who can volunteer to read just the translation.
okay.
Yeah, I can read the verse, no problem. The
Okay.
devotee can read the translation and then I'll comment.
So I'll give the screen share, Prabhuji, for you. So that
Sure,
one,
no problem. Sure, no problem.
Prabhuji, I'll make you the co-host so that.
Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So before we begin, I want to prostrate my body millions and millions of times at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, who very kindly gave us entrance into this very beautiful pastime of Krishna delivering Putana. I want to offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of all the wonderful disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who in their old age have been traveling all their life, speaking on the Srimad Bhagavatam, practicing the culture of Srimad Bhagavatam, inspiring and giving shelter to others so that they can practice Srimad Bhagavatam. I want to offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of all the commentators of the Srimad Bhagavatam, very specifically Sripad Vallabhacharya and Sripad Hari Suriji, Srinath Chakravarti, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Srila Viraragavacharya, Srila Sridhar Swami, Vamshidhar, Vijay Dvaja Tirtha, etc. And so many wonderful acharyas who have commented on the Srimad Bhagavatam in the Sanskrit language. My millions and millions of obeisances at the lotus feet of Virakta Chudamani, Srila Shukadev Goswami, who very beautifully spoke this elaborate section on the deliverance of Putana. My obeisances at the lotus feet of Sripad Parikshit Maharaj, who in the last 7 days of his life could have done anything possible, even materially, but out of compassion for us, he decided to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, not for his benefit. He is already a liberated pure Vaishnava who had darshan of Krishna in the womb. We are hearing Krishna Katha so that we can see Krishna. But Parikshit Maharaj is an example of someone who has seen Krishna who's hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So my obeisances to Parikshit Maharaj. And last but not the least, my millions and millions of obeisances at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, who performed this very beautiful pastime with a lot of hidden meanings, only so that we can get attached by hearing and we can uplift ourselves. So this chapter has about 44 verses, and it is not possible for me to cover all of them today. So I will basically focus only till the point of Putana's deliverance, which is in the first 10 or 11 verses, because Putana gets uplifted there, and then after that there is descriptions of Putana's body being given a lot of respect by the Brajbasis, and other descriptions of Krishna's purification, which also I will cover, but very quickly. But I want to spend some time in the first half or the first 1/4 of this chapter for those who are very interested in some background history of this of the transcendental mindset of Srila Shukadev Goswami, it is very important for us to note that Shukadev Goswami has not elaborately spoken about any demon in the whole 10th canto as much as he has spoken about Putana. Other demons, including Kamsa Maharaj and others, you see Shukadev Goswami not spending much time in description. Even Arishthasur, Dhenukasur, Vatsasur, very quickly the deliverance takes place. But for Putana, there is a whole chapter dedicated. Chapter 6 of the 10th canto is deliverance or killing of Putana. And there is a reason why Shukadev Goswami has about a very soft corner in his heart for this pastime. And this has been described very wonderfully by our acharyas, that Shukadev Goswami, when he appeared from the womb of his mother, he was already about, some commentators say 12 years old, some say 16 years old. So good to note that he was about 15 years old when Shukadev Goswami came from the womb. He went straight into the forest and Yasvanubhavam Akhila Shruti Saram Ekam Adhyatma Deepam Atiti Titrisham Tamondham Samsarina Karunayaha Purana Guhyam Tam Vyasa Sunum Upayami Guru Muninam. Shukadev Goswami, who later spoke the Srimad Bhagavatam, played the role of an impersonalist. Although some questions can come that he is the parrot of Srimati Radharani, Shri Shukha, then how did he become an impersonalist? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Priya Bhakta Dware Anyera Shiksha Kare Aita Prakare. This is Krishna's classic way of teaching through his devotees. Srila Prabhupada used to say the mother-in-law teaches the daughter-in-law through the daughter. That's an age-old Bengali saying. So Krishna teaches us through his devotees. So Shukadev Goswami, being an impersonalist in that role, he left and he believed in Virakti and he went straight into the forest. Putra iti tanmayataya taravo bhineduhu tam sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Bhagavatam describes that Vyasadev ran behind his son. That, oh son, please come back. I did sankalpa so that I get a son who will hear Srimad Bhagavatam. But you are not even looking at the face of your own father. But Shukadev Goswami did not look back. Only the trees echoed. Taravo abhineduhu. Taru, the trees echoed. That shows the virakti of Shukadev Goswami. But then as Shukadev Goswami was sitting in the middle of the forest, Vyasadev sent two wonderful disciples inside the forest who could go and speak Harikatha to Shukadev Goswami. They sang two verses to Shukadev Goswami. Verse 1, they sang the glories of the form of Krishna, and Shukadev Goswami's meditation was disturbed. The meditation on impersonal Brahman was disturbed when he heard the verse on the beauty of Krishna's form. But then Shukadev Goswami in the middle of the forest was thinking, yes, whoever is being described, he may be physically beautiful, but what about his heart? I have heard so many people who are physically beautiful, including Indra, including the Apsaras in Indra's kingdom, but they may not be transcendently very beautiful in the heart. So Shukadev Goswami was thinking, this person whom they are describing as God is physically very beautiful, but only when I am convinced he is internally also beautiful will I surrender to him. And at that time, the second disciple sang, Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam Jigham Saya Payedapya Sadhvi Lebhe Gatim Dhatre Muchitam Tatonyam Kamva Dayalum Sharanam Brajema. That who can be more merciful than that Krishna who gave nectar to that Putana who came to give him poison. So in this world, when someone comes to give us nectar, we end up giving them poison. Some seniors will come and give us advice. And we have seen people, because of lack of culture, say, no, you don't teach me. There's a generation gap. During your time, it was different. During my time, it is different. So the older person is actually giving advice, nectar, but the child is giving poison in the form of harsh words. But in Krishna's realm, she came to give poison, but Krishna gave her nectar. So when Shukadev Goswami heard this, he decided in his heart, I want to surrender my life to such a person who, on being given poison, reciprocates with nectar, who's physically, externally and internally beautiful. Shukadev Goswami comes back to Vyasadev and requests Vyasadev, I want to hear about Krishna. And Vyasadev speaks the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, Shukadev Goswami in his heart has a very soft corner for the pastime of Putana, because it was this pastime which turned Shukadev Goswami from being an impersonalist to being a Premi Bhakta. So therefore, he describes Putana's pastime at the greatest length possible. This is reason number one. There are many, many layers of reasons why this pastime has been detailed and described at great length. If we get into that, the whole class will get into only the background history of the depth of Putana's pastime without touching a single verse. There is so much nectar. Um, but we will keep that for some other time.
You can please tell Prabhuji.
Then I will not be able to
No
finish the.
problem. I mean, because those are the points which generally everyone does not touch upon. So we would like to understand, Prabhu.
Okay,
Because
ma'am.
we don't have anything, no binding, no Prabhuji. We can have this each of them in 2-3 sessions also. There is no hard
Oh,
and
okay.
fast rule that we have to finish off in one go.
Oh, okay. Then that makes
Fine,
it
we
little
should let us
okay.
relish nicely. There is nobody is forcing, no force, right? It's fine,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Please.
Okay. I was somehow, I think, self-forced myself that I have to finish this whole thing in one class.
No, not
But
necessary,
okay,
Prabhuji.
okay, okay, okay.
We can do
That makes
nicely Aram say in detail, Prabhuji. Absolutely fine, Prabhu.
okay, okay. So Srila Rupa Goswami gives another beautiful connection, very beautiful connection. Srila Rupa Goswami says that Kamsa Maharaj in his prison house, when he was slamming one child after another, the child who appeared at the end as a girl child whom he tried to kill appeared to be 10-handed Durga Devi. We know this. And Durga Devi told Kamsa Maharaj that you're such a fool. You're searching for the east in the west. Jaha Krishna taha nai Mayer adhikar. Krishna surja sama Maya hai andhakar. So Maya is in the prison house, right? So Kamsa is searching for Krishna in Maya. So Maya is telling Kamsa that you're searching for the right thing in the wrong place. So you see, this is a very interesting point, because living entities, all of us, we search for happiness in this realm of material existence. So that is like Kamsa looking at Durga Devi and thinking, maybe this is the child who's going to be the cause of my death. So that mentality that maybe this is the child, but when he sees it is Durga Devi is telling him that this material world represents me. And the mentality of a Rakshasa is to find happiness. One name of Krishna is Ananda. To find Ananda in Dashabhuja Durga, which means this material world. So what does the word Rakshasa mean? We will come to that in a bit. So Kamsa was a Rakshasa. When he saw Durga Devi, he was completely flabbergasted. He didn't know what to do. So then he said, okay, please give me some advice. Vinashakale viparita buddhi. So Kamsa's buddhi was somewhere else. So Durga Devi said, okay, the cause of your death is somewhere else, but I will give you a piece of advice. I will give you a piece of advice. I will tell you a nice history that has happened. So Kamsa said, yes, please tell me. So Durga Devi tells Kamsa a very nice history which Rupa Goswami quotes in his natak, in his drama. Says that the Vindhya Parvat and the Himalaya Parvat, they were in crossroads. They were not talking to each other. Vindhya Parvat and Himalaya Parvat. They were both mountainous ranges who didn't like each other. And then what happened? Himalaya's daughter is Parvati. And Parvati Devi got a very wonderful husband in the form of Lord Shiva. So for Himalaya, the son-in-law was Lord Shiva. So Vindhya Parvat became very, very envious. He became very envious that my enemy has got a son-in-law as powerful as Lord Shiva. So his envy increased. So what did he do? He did tapasya. He did tapasya to impress Brahmaji, because Brahmaji is the creator. So Brahmaji appeared, and we know in the 7th canto we are on the brink of celebrating Nrsimha Chaturdashi. Brahmaji's compassion is so much that he first gives benediction and then he starts thinking with his four heads how to fulfill it. So Brahmaji, he gave benediction to Vindhya Parvat. Whatever you want, I will fulfill. Vindhya Parvat said, okay, give me the benediction that I get a daughter who gets married to a person, which means I get a son-in-law who is more powerful than Lord Shiva, who can defeat Lord Shiva in battle. Because my enemy is Himalaya and his son-in-law is Lord Shiva. I want a son-in-law stronger than Lord Shiva, which means first I need a daughter who will marry such a person. So it was a long boon. But the basic thing was I want a very powerful daughter who will marry a very powerful person. So therefore my son-in-law should be very powerful who can defeat Lord Shiva. And Brahmaji said, oh yes, definitely. He gave Tathastu. And then Brahmaji started thinking, who will defeat Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva is Maheshwara, very powerful. You know how powerful Lord Shiva is, very, very powerful. Ravana was flying on his Pushpak Viman, which he stole from Kuber. He was flying over Kailas. And suddenly his Pushpak Viman fell down. So Ravana was thinking, why did it fall? You know, he doesn't need any fuel. Why did it fall? So Nandishwar came out, Nandi. And he said, you're such a fool. Don't you know you can fly over Kailas? This is the abode of my Lord, Shiva. So you can't fly over Kailas. Therefore, out of etiquette, you should get down, do parikrama, offer obeisances to Lord Shiva, and then take off from here. Nobody flies over Kailas. But Ravana said this was the pre-devotional days, before Ravana was a devotee of Lord Shiva. So he said, I don't give respect to anyone. Everyone must bow down to me. I will take and try to fly. He tried again and again, he fell. Nandi said, I am giving you one more chance. Otherwise, with my horns, I will puncture your life air. So Ravana said, okay, I will not fly above, but then I'll just lift the whole of Kailas and move it to the side. How about that? Nandi said, try. And Ravana, with his 20 hands, he really tried very hard. He couldn't move it a bit. Then he asked Nandi, how is it that this abode is so powerful? Nandi said, because actually lifting is not so difficult. But my Lord Shiva saw that you're trying to lift. So he just touched the tip of the toenail of his right foot down. And by the weight of the tip of the toenail, of the thumb, the main toe of Lord Shiva's feet, Kailas became so heavy that you can't lift. So Ravana became very humble. If this is the power of the tip of the toenail of Lord Shiva's lotus feet, what to speak of Lord Shiva? That is when he composed Jatatavi kalat jala pravaha pavita sthale galeva lamba lambyatam bhujanga tunga malikam dhamad 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 dhama ninadamarvayam chakara chanda tandavam karotu na shiva shivam. He composed the Shiva Tandava Stotram. The intelligent Ravana, the only good thing he did in his life, he composed and glorified Lord Shiva. So my point is, this is how powerful Lord Shiva is. By the tip of his toenail, he can push the whole of Kailas down that Ravana also cannot lift. Now Brahmaji is thinking, how can I give Vindhya a son-in-law who is more powerful than Lord Shiva? He thought to himself, there is only one person who is more powerful than Lord Shiva, and that is Krishna. Only Krishna. So which means Vindhya Parvat should have Radharani as the daughter. Only then when Radharani marries Krishna or is with Krishna, then Krishna is the son-in-law of Vindhya who's more powerful than Lord Shiva, then everything makes sense. So Brahmaji went to Radharani and said, oh Radharani, oh Vrindavaneshwari, I have given such a benediction. Can you appear to Vindhya Parvat's wife so that you become the daughter of Vindhya Parvat? And then the story as we mentioned. Radharani said, no, but I am Vrishabhanu Nandini. How can I appear anywhere else? Brahmaji said, that you leave it to me. I will somehow get you and Vrishabhanu Maharaj together. But please to fulfill my words. Radharani said, okay. Okay. So Durga Devi heard this story and she told Kamsa that Krishna has appeared and all the Shaktis are appearing now. And the benediction, according to this story, is anyone who marries this Shakti, they will become so powerful that they can defeat even Lord Shiva in battle. You see? So Brahmaji had thought for Krishna to marry Radharani, but when Durga Devi said it, she said it as anyone who marries, the daughter of Vindhya Parvat will become because he will become the son-in-law for Vindhya, so he will become so powerful that he can defeat Lord Shiva also. Now Kamsa became very, very greedy. He's actually a devotee of Lord Shiva. But now this was fascinating him, that if I marry the Shakti, then I will become so powerful I can even defeat Lord Shiva and I can take over Kailas. So what did Kamsa do? He called Putana. This is Rupa Goswami quotes. So he called Putana and said, I have a double plan for you. I don't know who is the boy. So go and kill all the boys, because I don't know who the boy is, who's going to kill me, because it's the 8th son. I don't know which son where is born and where he's being nourished. So I want you to go and kill all the boys. And I want you to go and bring all the girls. They're all like infants, babies. Comes such a rascal, such a demoniac person in his mind. He's saying, I will marry all these baby girls so that I will become powerful and I can defeat Lord Shiva, according to what Durga Devi told him in the prison. So Putana agreed. Putana said, what do you want me to do first? So Kamsa said, go and find the girls. And Durga Devi had said the story, because of Brahmaji's plan, they are going to appear to Vindhya Parvat. So it's easy to find. Now Vindhya Parvat had many daughters. I don't know which out of them. So she had to go and bring all of them. Now it's interesting, Srila Rupa Goswami quotes that when Putana went flying, she went straight to Vindhya Parvat first. And there Vindhya Parvat had 2 daughters. One was Radharani and one was Chandravali. Both were born to the wife of Vindhya Parvat. And Vindhya Parvat on the 6th day of their birth was doing some vrat so that they can be protected. What did Putana do? She dipped down and lifted both these children. Radharani on one hand and Chandravali on the other, and hit the midair, started flying. So immediately Vindhya Parvat started thinking, now what to do? Somehow the babies have to come back, and this demoness, who is she? How did she get there? Started telling the Brahmanas, do something. The Brahmanas said, don't worry, we will chant some mantras. So Vindhya Parvat said, can you chant some Asur Maran mantra by which she will die? The Brahmanas said, we can try, but she seems to be very powerful. So she may not die, but we can reduce her strength, definitely. So they chanted mantras. And as she was carrying the babies, she became very, very weak. So when she became very tired, she dropped the first baby down. So Chandravali fell down, and she fell in the province of Vidarbha to King Bhishmaka, and she performed her pastimes as Rukmini Devi outside Vrindavan. So that same Chandravali, who plays the pastime of Radharani's rival in Vrindavan, plays the pastime of Rukmini Devi outside Vrindavan. And now this second girl, Radharani, she was in the hand of Putana Devi, and Putana became very, very weak. And when she became very tired, she dropped the second child, and Radharani fell into the Yamuna on a golden lotus where Vrishabhanu Maharaj found her. So we all know the story of how Vrishabhanu Maharaj found Radharani on a golden lotus in the Yamuna. But this is the back-end story of how she first landed up in the first place on that golden lotus in the waters of Yamuna before meeting Vrishabhanu Maharaj. And after this, Putana became so tired that she landed and she entered Gokul to find Krishna. So that's the background travel history. If you see anyone's travel itinerary, which all cities he has traveled. So Putana, you can see, first went to Vindhya Parvat and she did all of these things, and then she came to Nanda Gokula. So we see in Krishna Leela, it was Putana who got Radharani to her own father. Generally, when Radharani appears, she appears in the presence of her parents. But it was this time, she was born to Vindhya Parvat. And Radharani did and Putana did the service of bringing Radharani from Vindhya Parvat to Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi. Although Putana's plans were different, her intentions were different, but she ended up performing service of getting Radharani to her eternal parents. And therefore, Shukadev Goswami, who is the parent of Radharani, has special affection for Putana. That is why there is a Vistar description. Also, we can see this pastime of Putana is also exciting from another angle of vision. In Gaur Leela also, the same thing has been seen. Mukunda wanted to take Gadadhar Pandit to a very great devotee by the name Pundarik Vidyanidhi. You may have heard this very famous pastime. I will say it in about 30 seconds. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, such a great soul, externally had symptoms of material opulence. So when Gadadhar Pandit went there, he was very shocked. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhakta Vairagya Pradhan. यही देखे प्रसन्न होए Shri Bhagavan. Kaviraj Goswami has said that the standout characteristic of the associates of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Vairagya, is detachment, renunciation. And what was seen in the life of, I was thinking, I'll just take the screen share off till the time I don't finish this and then I'll post it back again. So in Gaur Leela, we see that when Pundarik Vidyanidhi is visited by Gadadhar Pandit, he's chewing tambul and he's looking at his own face through all the wonderful mirrors, and he has he has oiled his hair and he has sensed aromatic fragrance all over, very wonderful silken cloth, and he's moving his hands on the bolsters on the back. He is drinking something in the middle and people are fanning. Very aristocratic. So Gadadhar Pandit is thinking, where is the virakti? Where is the vairagya? Where is the renunciation? And as he's thinking in the mind, Mukunda understands that this is a flaw in the thought process. So to save the spiritual life of Gadadhar Pandit, he starts singing, Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam, jigam sayapa yedapya sadvi, lebhe gatim dhatri muchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. This verse is Canto 3, chapter 2, text 23. And this describes the glories of Putana. So when Pundarik Vidyanidhi hears this, he's tearing his clothes, he's rolling on the floor, crying and weeping, hair standing on end, with so much ecstasy that how merciful Krishna is, that he is ready to give himself to someone who came to kill him. And he fell unconscious for so many hours. Gadadhar Pandit realizes, oh, this is transcendental ecstasy. This is fire covered by ashes. I judge the fire on the basis of the ashes covering on the external, the material opulence, but this is the fire of devotion burning inside. And he ended up taking Diksha from Pundarik Vidyanidhi. According to Gaur Ganadesh Deepika, Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani and Pundarik Vidyanidhi is Vrishabhanu Maharaj. So even in Gaur Leela, Radharani and Vrishabhanu Maharaj, they met and were bound together through Diksha, apart from the eternal connection through the pastime of Putana. So therefore Putana has a lot of role to play in the life of Shukadev Goswami, who's very dear to Radharani. Therefore Shukadev Goswami, he starts off this pastime very beautifully. So let me now screen share and we will start reading. Very, very beautiful. Actually, our commentators have written so much that just this one verse, if you just study this one verse, the analysis of this one verse goes for over 30 minutes. That is how much the acharyas have written. So you will see. We will read the verse and then we will get into the discussion and you will hopefully like the work of our acharyas in this regard. Shri Shukha Uvacha. So two meanings to this. Shri refers to opulence. Shri refers to beauty. So the beauty and the opulence of Krishna Prem is found in Shukadev Goswami. And therefore he is Shri Shuka out of respect. He who is the resting place for Krishna Prem. Another meaning is Shri is Radharani, one of the 28 prominent names of Radharani in the Radhopanishad is Shri. So Radharani's name is Shri. And Shuka means a parrot. So Shukadev Goswami plays the role of being Radharani's parrot in the spiritual world, who is always singing the glories of Krishna. And therefore, in fact, in the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, it has been described that Radharani taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Shukadev Goswami as the parrot. Radharani keeps the parrot in her hand and speaks about Krishna. And if the parrot repeats properly, then Radharani gives a pomegranate seed into the mouth of in the beak of the bird. So the parrot Shuka learns about Krishna from Radharani sitting on the lotus hands of Radharani. Radharani is giving resting place in the lotus hands to the parrot and teaching about Krishna. And Shukadev Goswami repeats. The nature of the parrot is to repeat, unlike any other bird. So Radharani is speaking about Krishna, and Shukadev Goswami, Shuka, is repeating, and then Radharani gives pomegranate seeds into the mouth. So this has been described that by Radharani's mercy, this parrot learnt Krishna Katha. Therefore, it is important to note that he is described as Shri Shuka. Also, the word Shuka is very wonderful in the context. We are aware of the Shuka Mukhad Amrita Drava Samyutam, that when the mango fruit is touched by the beak of a parrot, the taste of the mango increases. This is a known natural phenomenon. Because of the saliva, the taste in the beak of the parrot, when it puts its mouth into the fruit, the mango fruit, then the taste of the mango pulp betters. So mango here represents Srimad Bhagavatam. And Shukadev Goswami is the Shuka. He is the parrot. And when he puts his beak in the form of his lotus lips into the mango fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam, the taste of Srimad Bhagavatam, the mango pulp, the mango juice of Srimad Bhagavatam betters multifold times by the mercy of this parrot. Therefore, Shri Shuka. The word Uvacha means, this is the past tense used. So when we have to say that this was spoken by Shuka. So passive voice has been used in the past tense. Past passive participle has been used, Uvacha. So this Katha has been spoken by Shuka in the past. Okay, let us start. I will read the Sanskrit. Maybe somebody can kindly read the English. Shachi Mataji can kindly assign someone rights to unmute themselves. Everyone else can be on mute. नन्दः पथीव च शौरेर्न मृषेति विचिन्तयन् हरिं जगाम शरणम् उत्पातागमशङ्कितः.
Amarendra Prabhu, please go ahead, Prabhuji. Amarendra Prabhu, please read, Prabhuji, the translation. I sent you a message also. Yeah, please go ahead.
Translation purport by Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukdev Goswami continued, "My dear king, while Nanda Maharaj was on the way home, he considered that what Vasudev had said could not be false or useless. There must have been some danger of disturbance in the Gokul. As Nanda Maharaj thought about the danger for his beautiful son Krishna, he was afraid, and he took shelter at the lotus feet of Supreme Controller." Sorry, he was not ready to. Okay.
No problem, Prabhuji. No problem. So we will just understand the context here. Nanda Maharaj has come to Mathura. This description is in Nanda Maharaj has come to Mathura. Why has he come to Mathura? He has come to Mathura to pay tax. Nanda Maharaj used to pay tax to Kamsa Maharaj on a monthly basis. But when Krishna appeared, people started saying, oh, this is a big problem. Why? Because Kamsa is constantly afraid that his death is born somewhere. And now, when Kamsa is afraid that his death is born somewhere, and here there is Nandotsav performed, immediately his mind will come here. His consciousness will be attracted to Nanda Gokul, saying that, oh, maybe this is the child. And he may send demons to attack. So what was advised to Nanda Maharaj by his brothers Upananda and Abhinanda and Sunanda and all other brothers, that instead of giving monthly tax, why don't you go and give annual tax? Give a whole lump sum amount to Kamsa. Because Kamsa is such a lobhi person, such a greedy person. When he sees so much cash, he sees so many gold coins, he sees so much annual tax being offered, he will not feel like killing your son. Because you can win over a person who is very greedy by offering some bribe. So Nanda Maharaj went and offered annual tax to Kamsa Maharaj, and he spoke to Kamsa, and Kamsa was very happy. Kamsa said, anytime you need anything, know your king is present here. His army is there for you. So he wanted Kamsa Maharaj's assurance that he's not going to come there and kill his son. Because it's very difficult to take somebody's money and then murder his own son, right? Nobody will do that. Even Kamsa will not do that. So because Nanda Maharaj had come to Mathura, he thought, let me as well meet Vasudeva Maharaj, who's in the prison. Vasudeva Maharaj took permission from Kamsa, can I meet Nanda? Kamsa Maharaj said, yeah, no problem. Nanda is a very good person. He has paid annual tax. So you can go and meet him. So Vasudeva Maharaj comes out and he talks to Nanda Maharaj. Now the point to be noted is Nanda Maharaj does not know that Krishna is Vasudev's son. Krishna is Vasudev. Nanda Maharaj, all that Nanda and Yashoda know is that Krishna appeared on that night. But this whole struggle of how Vasudeva Maharaj carried Krishna on top of his head, crossing the Yamuna, this Devaki Rani knows, Vasudeva Maharaj knows, but Nanda and Yashoda don't know. So when Vasudeva Maharaj comes to meet Nanda Maharaj, he feels like asking, how is my son? But he asks Nanda Maharaj, how is your son? And on purpose, he does not take Devaki Rani with him. Why? Because the story of Treta Yuga goes in the mind of Vasudeva Maharaj. In Ram Leela, what happened? Dasharath Maharaj gave boon to Kaikeyi Devi. Kaikeyi Devi said, I will ask later. She told Manthara. Manthara reminded Kaikeyi Devi at the wrong time. And then the whole pastime of Ram Vanvas takes place. So Vasudeva Maharaj thinks that the lesson that I can learn is Dasharath Maharaj was not wrong in giving his boons, but somehow he was caught because his wife asked him for the fulfillment of those boons. So I don't want anything like that. I don't want my wife to come there with me and out of emotion ask Nanda Maharaj, how is my Krishna doing? And then Vasudeva Maharaj will have to tell Devaki Rani, he doesn't know that it is our Krishna. You had to control your emotions, right? So Vasudeva Maharaj on purpose doesn't take Devaki Rani with him. He just comes out on his own because, sometimes it is easier for a man to, hide his emotions because Matajis have natural attraction towards their children. So it is easier for Vasudeva Maharaj to say, oh Nanda, how is your son? But for Devaki Rani to say, oh Nanda, how is your son? Very difficult. Because she has lost so many children. And then the child who was fit and fine was dragged away from her in the form of Krishna. You see Devaki Rani's psychological position. 6 children gone in front of her. 7th, a miscarriage. And 8th, who was born, was taken away. So she is now left without children. So it's very easy for her to slip and ask Nanda Maharaj, oh Nanda, how is my Krishna doing? So therefore, Vasudeva Maharaj comes out of the prison and meets Nanda Maharaj in seclusion. And then he is speaking about his life in the prison. And then at the end of that, as Nanda Maharaj is speaking, suddenly Vasudeva Maharaj says, I think we have spoken enough, you should rush back. Oh, rush, why? No, you should go home. Why? Oh, Kamsa is unpredictable. He just now spoke nicely to you. It's possible by now his mind has already turned the other way and he has already sent a demon. It's possible. Vasudeva Maharaj is speaking out of experience because he knows Kamsa better than Nanda Maharaj knowing Kamsa. Vasudeva Maharaj has lived in that prison. So Vasudeva Maharaj says, I don't think you should be here in Mathura. Good, you won the heart of Kamsa, but don't take him for granted. He can act like a gentleman and in next moment he can act like a mental man. He can go from gentleman to mental man to gentleman to mental man. He works like a pendulum, O Nanda. Before we realize, he may have already sent a demon to kill your son. So let us not take any chance. You should rush. So Nanda Maharaj says, okay, if you are saying, I will go. Now what is the relation between Vasudeva Maharaj and Nanda Maharaj? We know Nanda Maharaj is the father of Krishna in Vrindavan. Vasudeva Maharaj is the father in Mathura. But between them, they also have a wonderful relationship. They are not just friends, they are the same family. The history of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva Maharaj is as follows. There was a king by the name Devamida. He had 2 wives. One was a Kshatriya wife One was a Gopa, a Vaishya wife, a Kshatriyani and a Vaishya wife. Devamida had two, this is the ancestor, a certain king. Two wives, a Kshatriya wife and a Vaishya wife. Now from the Kshatriya wife, Devamida gave birth to a son. His name was Surasen. From the Vaishya wife, he gave birth to a son by the name Parjanya. I repeat, there was a king by the name Devamida. Devamida had two wives, a Kshatriya wife and a Vaishya wife. Through the Kshatriya wife, he gave birth to a son by the name Surasen. And through his Vaishya wife, he gave birth to a son by the name Parjanya Maharaj. The son of Surasen was Vasudev. And the son of Parjanya Maharaj was Nanda Maharaj. And the son of Vasudev Maharaj was Krishna. And the son of Nanda Maharaj was also Krishna. So if you see, Vasudev Maharaj and Nanda Maharaj are also brothers from the same family. And Nanda Maharaj knows that Vasudev Maharaj has a Kshatriya blood in him. I have a Vaishya blood. Nanda Maharaj is thinking, I have a Vaishya blood because I come from Parjanya Maharaj. He comes from Surasen. Although we have the same grandfather, his father is a Kshatriya, my father is a Vaishya. So as far as when attack can take place, when calamity can come, how to act, how to predict the unpredictable nature of a king, who knows better? A Kshatriya knows better. So therefore you can see in this line the word Shaure has come. Can everybody see? I have highlighted it. Nanda Maharaj is thinking, who has spoken these words to me? To go back, the Vachaha is that of Shaure. Shaure is the son of Shurasen. So instead of saying Vasudev spoke to me, the natural psychological thought is the son of a Kshatriya has spoken to me. What if Vasudev Maharaj has been imprisoned for so many years? But still, even if you imprison a lion for a long time, when he comes out, he roars. He will not meow like a cat. So Nanda Maharaj is thinking that who is speaking? This Vasudev Maharaj is Shauri. He is Surasen's son and he is speaking his words. When is Nanda Maharaj thinking all this? Nandaha Pathi. The word Pathi means on the path. Just like we say in English. P-A-T-H, path. And in Hindi we say path. Is path par. Us path par. Marg. On the road. So when Nanda Maharaj is returning Pathi on the road back to his house, he is Vichintayan. The word Chintayan means to contemplate. But the word V has been added. Vishesha Rupena Chintayan. He is repeatedly thinking and contemplating. What is he repeatedly thinking and contemplating? Vachaha Shaurehe. The words of the brave Vasudev Maharaj. Now Shukadev Goswami, when he is speaking, Shukadev Goswami has seen both sides. Nanda Maharaj has seen only from his side. Vasudev Maharaj has seen only from his side. Vasudev Maharaj has taken Krishna across. Nanda Maharaj has celebrated Nandotsav. But Shukadev Goswami has seen that for Nanda Maharaj it was easy to just celebrate. But how much struggle this brave person Vasudev took in the middle of the night to cross the Yamuna to make sure that Krishna is safe. So the word Shaurehe here also represents the bhav of Shukadev Goswami. That brave father of Krishna who can cross the Yamuna for his protection, he is speaking out of concern that something can happen to Krishna, go and protect him. Because now, when Krishna was born in Mathura, Vasudev protected him. Right? It's so interesting. Vasudev Maharaj broke open all of his iron chains. All the doors opened. He whisked through all the doorkeepers. He even had the danger, if anyone saw, Kamsa would take the head off Vasudev, right? Vasudev Maharaj walked all the way in the middle of the night amid so much rain crossing the Yamuna, and the Yamuna water is up to the head. Vasudev Maharaj kept Krishna up and he crossed. You can imagine how brave he is. So the word Shauri also represents the bhav of Shukadev Goswami, that I have seen how much love he has for Krishna. How much he can do. He can move mountains. He can cross oceans for Krishna in the middle of the night. And he is saying, oh Nanda Maharaj, now Krishna is in your territory. I cannot do anything to protect him. Only you have to protect him. But I can inspire you. I can protect him through you. Please go. And Nanda Maharaj, he is thinking, na mrisheti. Now the word mrisheti is actually mrisha plus iti. Iti means thus. What is he thinking? Na mrisha. The word mrisha means falsity or lies. And na means no. So what is Nanda Maharaj thinking? The words of Vasudeva Maharaj cannot be false. The words of Vasudeva Maharaj cannot be false. There are two implications here. Implication number one, a pure devotee never lies. Implication number two, even if what he is saying seems to be false, because he has said it, it will come out true. So Nanda Maharaj is thinking, a pure Vaishnava like Vasudeva Maharaj, na mrisheti vichintayan. Whatever he's thinking repeatedly, whatever he has said, either it is true, or if it is not true, because he has said, it will come out true. Because pure Vaishnavas have Vak Siddhi. One person who was working in Australia, he came to Mayapur for some deity worship certification course. And he stayed there for 6 months, and then he had to go back to Australia. So while going, he told His Grace Jananivas Prabhu that I have to go back to Australia now after living 6 months in Mayapur. I don't feel like going. Please bless me so that I come here and live here. His Grace Jananivas Prabhu said, okay, tathastu. May that happen. Within 6 months, his business failed in Australia and he had to return with his family full on to Mayapur. So we can remember that when pure Vaishnavas say something, it will happen. When our Gurujan says something, it will happen. So Nanda Maharaj is thinking, either what Vasudeva has said has already happened, or it is not going to, it has not happened, but because he has said, it will happen. What will happen? Utpat. The word Utpat we know in Hindi also means calamity. And Agama means coming. And Shankita means fear. He had a fear that some calamity will come. Some calamity is definitely going to come. And at that time, what did he do? This line is very beautiful. Harim Jagama Sharanam. Why I am laughing is because you can see how sweetly the Acharyas comment to this. Harim Jagama Sharanam. By the way, whatever I am saying is the mixture of commentaries of so many Acharyas. I am not individually naming them in the interest of time, but I am just putting all those commentaries together. Harim Jagama Sharanam. The word Jagama means to go. It comes from the root word Gama. Gama means to go. Gamanam. हिंदी में भी कहते हैं ना अनुगमन करना, गमन करना. गमन का अर्थ है चलना, यात्रा करना. So Jagama means to go. Past tense. Where did he go? Sharanam. Sharanam, one meaning of the word Sharanam means shelter. हम जैसे कहते हैं शरण में आना. किन के शरण में आए? हरि के शरण में आए. ये हरि कौन है? विष्णु. Who is this Hari? It is not Krishna, because Nanda Maharaj cannot take shelter of Krishna for the protection of Krishna, right? Doesn't make sense. So the meaning here is the deity of Nanda Maharaj at his home, his name was Haridev, Hari. So therefore here the word Hari refers to the name of the deity of Nanda Maharaj. So Nanda Maharaj took shelter of his house deity for protection. So this is a very wonderful lesson for all of us. The deity that we have at our home, we should have such mamata, such attachment to our deities, that before we leave home, we should tell our deities, my Lord, I am going out. I am entering the mouth of Aghasur as I leave this house. This house is Vrindavan and you are my Krishna. And the door, the house door is actually the mouth of Aghasur. I am entering the mouth of a big serpent. If something happens to my consciousness, you, Krishna, just like you entered the mouth of Aghasur and pulled all your friends out, you have to come and get my consciousness back. I depend on you. Offer obeisances, leave it on Krishna, and then whenever you have to move out. And then when you come back, offer obeisances again. That Aghasur could not hold me in his mouth because I told him that you are my friend. So he spit me out and I came back to Vrindavan. My Guru Maharaj says this. So Sharanam means taking shelter, and Hari means the deity, our Ishtadev. So Nanda Maharaj took shelter of Vishnu to protect Krishna. Another meaning, second meaning, Srila Sanatan Goswami gives. Now in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the word Hari has been described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very beautifully. He says, Hari Shabda Nana Artha Dui Mukhyatam Sarva Amangala Hare Prem Diye Hare Man. Kaviraj Goswami quotes this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says the word Hari has two meanings. One meaning of the word Hari is Sarvam Amangalam Hare. He who takes away everything inauspicious. Who is that? Vishnu. That is Vishnu. So Nanda Maharaj, with the first meaning of the word Hari, he prayed to Vishnu to take away everything inauspicious in his life. And the second meaning of the word Hari is Prem Diye Hare Man. He who takes our heart away. And who is that? For Nanda Maharaj, that is not Vishnu, but that is Krishna. So the word Sharanam in Sanskrit also means house, our home, because it gives us shelter. So Jagama, Nanda Maharaj hurried home thinking about his Hari, thinking about that Krishna who stole his heart. So two meanings are given here by Srila Sanatan Goswami. Meaning number one, Nanda Maharaj took shelter of Vishnu. Which Vishnu? Sarvam Amangalam Hare. He who takes away everything inauspicious. Nanda Maharaj took shelter of Vishnu so that everything inauspicious can be taken away. Second meaning, Sharanam also means home. He, Jagama Sharanam, he rushed home thinking of whom? Hari. Which Hari? The word Hari also means he who kidnaps our heart, our mind. That is Krishna. So the word Vichintayan goes with Hari. He was repeatedly thinking about the protection of that Krishna who has stolen his heart away. Because you can imagine, Krishna is only 6 days old when Putana came. So that Krishna who has stolen the heart of his father, repeatedly thinking of him, Nanda Maharaj Jagama Sharanam, he rushed home. So this is the general meaning of the verse. Now we dive into some special commentaries of our Acharyas. So this is Bhagavatam, dear devotees. Every verse. 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam have so much nectar. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukha mukhad amrita drava samyutam pibata bhagavata rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Who is welcomed into this assembly? Rasika bhavuka. You have to have some taste. You have to have a tongue to taste rasa, right? Imagine if somebody's taste buds are knocked off, you can give him rasgulla also. He will still feel like eating mud, right? So for Bhagavatam, you need to be a rasika. You should have at least taste to taste it. Now we will see what the Acharyas write. Is everyone ready to analyze this verse and hear the analysis of this verse further? Now look what our Acharyas say. Starting with our beloved Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada says in the Krishna book, he says that this world is filled with problems. And our position is like Nanda Maharaj. If we listen to a sadhu like Vasudeva Maharaj and turn towards Krishna, then everything will be auspicious. You see, Nanda Maharaj is having problems in his life now. So Prabhupada says our position is like Nanda Maharaj. There is problem at every step. But what should we do? We should hear to a great sadhu like Vasudeva Maharaj and turn towards Krishna. What did Nanda Maharaj do? He was away from Krishna and he listened to Vasudeva Maharaj and turned towards Krishna. Then all problems were solved. So Prabhupada writes, we are having all our problems in this world because we have turned our back towards Krishna, like Nanda Maharaj. So we should hear to a great devotee like Vasudeva Maharaj and turn towards Krishna, back to Vrindavan. Then all problems will be solved. Now let us hear what Shri Vamshidhar writes. Shri Vamshidhar is a commentator who has commented on Srila Sridhar Swami's commentary. So Srila Sridhar Swami is the original commentator, Bhavartha Deepika commentary. And Shri Vamshidhar has commented on his commentary. So let's see what he has written. I have written down all the Sanskrit commentaries in Sanskrit. So please bear with me. I will read and explain. So Shri Vamshidhar writes, He Hare mama grihe kaschit utpata na bhavet yadi bhavet tari tom eva asmakam rakshaka iti prarthayamasa iti artha. Sri Vamshidhar has written that here Nanda Maharaj is praying to Vishnu. Hey Hare, oh Hari. So here word Hari has come, right? So he has he has taken on that word and he is saying, Hey Hare, Mama Grihe Kashchit Utpata na bhavet. There should be no calamity in my home. And Yadi bhavet, if there is, Tarhi Tomeva Asmakam Rakshaka iti prarthayamasa. Then we are praying that you alone should be our Rakshaka. You alone should be our protector. You remember in the start of our discussion, I said I will explain the word Rakshasa in a few minutes. What does the word Rakshasa mean? Vayam eva Rakshamaha iti Rakshasa. Rakshamaha means protect. And Vayam eva means we ourselves. We ourselves can protect ourselves. This mentality, anybody who has, is a Rakshasa, according to Shastra. Vayam Rakshamaha. Aham rakshami, avam rakshava, vayam rakshama. We can protect ourselves. We can give raksha to ourselves. This mentality is that of a Rakshasa. Right? See how anxious Kamsa was for protecting himself. So he is a Rakshasa. And how anxious Nanda Maharaj is to protect Krishna. So here, Tvam eva asmakam rakshaka iti prarthayamasa iti artha. Vamshidhar is saying that Nanda Maharaj is telling Vishnu that I remember all the patram pushpam phalam toyam I have offered you, as the devotee is offered to the vigraha, and name bhakta prayaschati, my devotee, name bhakta pranashyati, my devotee is never destroyed. Remember this. Who said this? You said this. At the end of all the pujas, what do we say? Aharnisham, day and night. Aparad sahasrani kriyante aharnisham maya dasoham iti mamatva kshamasva madhusudana pratigya tava govinda. You have given pratigya. What? Name bhakta pranashyati iti samsmritya pranam sandharayamyaham. This is the only line from the Gita that I am remembering, my Lord, and I am holding my life here on this one line, that you will protect me. So therefore please forgive all my offenses. So here Sri Vamshidhar is saying Nanda Maharaj is telling the deity, remember all the things that I have offered you, and Hey Hare Mama Grihe Kashchit Utpata na bhavet Yadi bhavet Tarhi Tomeva Asmakam Rakshaka iti Prathayamasa iti artha. That there should be no calamity in the house, and if there is, you should protect it, is your responsibility. Acha. So now there could be a question. We say chant and be happy. Right? Prabhupada says chant and be happy. Nanda Maharaj is chanting, Krishna is appearing there, but he is not happy. He is anxious. We say Vaikuntha is a place where there is no kuntha, where there is no anxiety. Here we see the start of the pastime, Nanda Maharaj, Krishna's father, is filled with anxiety. What is this? So we are anxious here also, we should be anxious there also. Don't worry. Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami have commented to this and say, they have explained what is the anxiety of Nanda Maharaj. Srila Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Brihad Vaishnav Toshini. Pathi vichintayan harim sarva bhayaharam bhagavantam sharanam jagama bhagavan raksha raksha iti arthya jagada rida prarthayamasa iti va nityam Shri Krishna priyatvena sada tanmayatvena bhava. So the anxiety here is not, my Lord, you protect me. My Lord, you protect my child. So, Srila Jiva Goswami writes, the anxiety to protect the self is material, but the anxiety to protect our spiritual life is spiritual. That is not an anxiety. There is only pleasure there. So, therefore, Vaishnavas have to do this. They have to take shelter of their deities and pray for the protection of our devotion. My Lord, please protect my devotion so that I don't go even 1 inch away from you. So, this is not a problem. Srila Jiva Goswami says this prayer that he is offering is Shri Krishna Priyatvena Sada Tanmayatvena. Nanda Maharaj is having this anxiety because of love for Krishna. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any problem. Shri Krishna Priyatvena, because of having Priyata to Krishna, and Tanmayatvena, because of absorption in Krishna, he had this anxiety. Srila Jiva Goswami has also said, Visheshataha, very specifically through this verse, Swaputra Mangalartham Manasa Sharanam Jagama. Only one thing can be witnessed here, two fathers fighting for the auspiciousness of their common child. Srila Jiva Goswami, Visheshatah Swaputra Mangalartham Manasa Sharanam Jagama. Through this verse, we can see two devotional parents, two fathers, having anxiety in their mind only to protect their common child. So what does this mean? All the devotees, they are like parents to their Ishtadev, to their deities, to their Krishna. And when there is some anxiety in the community, let's say building a temple, etc., it is like Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev Maharaj having a common spiritual anxiety to keep the protection of Krishna and Krishna Bhakti in the center. Srila Prabhupada also, when he built the Toronto temple in Canada, it is very interesting. Uttama Shloka Prabhu told Prabhupada that there is a big property. Prabhupada said, how much does it cost? And now this is 50 years ago, by the way, or 40 years ago. So Prabhupada asked, how much does the property cost? Uttama Shloka Prabhu said it costs, about $800,000, Prabhupada. It's about close to $1 million 40 years ago. Prabhupada said, oh, we don't have so much money. Just forget it. After 2 months, Uttama Shloka Prabhu was speaking something and Prabhupada said, what happened to that property? Is it still available? And Uttama Shloka Prabhu said, yes, it is still available. Prabhupada said, how much space does it have? And then he started explaining, oh, there is nice car park here and devotees can come, they can park their cars. And Prabhupada said, how much does it cost? He said, he has come to 700,000 now. He has reduced $100,000. Prabhupada said, no, it's too much money. We don't have so much money. After about 2-3 months, again, when he communicated with Uttama Shloka Prabhu wrote about Toronto. So Prabhupada said, what about that property? What happened to that property? Uttama Shloka Prabhu said, it is still available. It is still on sale. Prabhupada said, I don't remember. Can you tell me some details about that property? He said, oh, it has a big hall. You can do so much Hari Katha and Hari Kirtan. There's nice Prasadam hall space also. Devotees can be very happy. Prabhupada said, how much are they charging for that? Uttama Shloka Prabhu said, he came down to 600,000 now, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, oh, that's too much money. We can't. 3 months later, Prabhupada writes to Uttama Shloka Prabhu, is that property still available? Uttama Shloka Prabhu said, yes, it is still available. And he is charging 500,000 now. So Prabhupada said, write to Brahmananda Prabhu to completely empty the BBT fund. How much is there in the BBT? Said, Brahmananda Prabhu has written 300,000 balance. Tell him to just empty that whole account and use it in this property. Prabhupada, where will the 200,000 come from? Oh, how about this? How about that? Prabhupada, gave him a plan of action. Uttama Shloka Prabhu said, but Prabhupada, this is too much anxiety. And Prabhupada hit his fist to the table and he said, spiritual life means anxiety. And then Prabhupada purchased that. And now we have Radha Kheer Chor Gopinath in Toronto, ISKCON Toronto. Prabhupada was it is inconceivable. It is inconceivable. Absolutely inconceivable. I request each devotee from Shamadesh to at least make one visit to America. Because this is Tirtha. This is not a place of Bhog Vilas. This is Tirtha. Prabhupada stepped his lotus foot here. It is this country which fulfilled Mahaprabhu's desire of Prithivite Achajada Nagaradigram. It was this country which gave Prabhupada the platform to do preaching. Even in the last days, Tamal Krishna Maharaj came with a green card for Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is in Vrindavan. This is 1977. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, Prabhupada, your green card is ready, waiting for you to come to America again. And Prabhupada dropped a tear and he said, I can never repay this country how much it has given me. All Prabhupada's disciples, all pure Vaishnavas, they appeared here. So it is a Tirtha. It is a Gupta Vrindavan. So you should make at least one trip to come and see 22nd Avenue, where Prabhupada on the storefront through matchless gifts, how he started. Radha Govinda at Brooklyn, New Vrindavan, Gita Nagari farm. It's struggle. Prabhupada started from nothing, nowhere. It cannot be described. Cannot be described. His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj was here 3 days ago. He was mentioning that at the age of 70, climbing the stairs up and coming down is difficult. And Prabhupada started at that point, at my age, he's saying. Prabhu, I don't know how he did it. It is inconceivable. So, Prabhupada is like Nanda Maharaj, only desiring to protect the Krishna of our bhakti. And he's having that spiritual anxiety out of compassion. And Prabhupada writes, oh Krishna, you have got me into this world. Kashtera puthali jata nachao se mate Nachao, nachao, Prabhu, nachao se mate. Ani acho jadi Prabhu, amake nachate. You have got me here into this world, into this country. You have got. Who has got? You has got. So who has a plan? You have a plan. My Lord, I don't know how this is going to be executed. I lift my hands up. You make me dance the way you want me to dance, and I will dance accordingly. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami says, Swaputra Mangalartha Manasa Sharanam Jagama. To have anxiety that I should never lose my Krishna consciousness. May I never commit any aparadh. May I never get deviated in my life so that my Krishna consciousness has an utpat. This is positive anxiety to have. Now, last few points. Something very, very interesting. Sripad Vallabhacharya, one of my personal favorite commentators on the Bhagavatam, Sripad Vallabhacharya has written, Charitram Adbhutam Shastre Lokepi Bhagavat Kritam Putana Supayah Panam Shashthe Raksha Nirupyate. Sripad Vallabhacharya has written that Putana took away lives of so many children, right? Putana took away the lives of so many children. And what did Krishna do in this life, in this pastime? He took away Putana's life to give it back to those children. Krishna always acts as the time factor. Putana took away the life of all the children, right? If Putana is killed, if kids are killed by Putana, they don't get liberation. If Putana kills the children, they don't get liberation. So where are they all now? They are in the mouth of Putana. They are in the body of Putana because Putana has killed those children and eaten up their pran, their bodies. What did Krishna do? He took away the life of Putana, and when Putana was liberated, all those kids in the body of Putana also were liberated. So the pran which was taken away from the children by Putana, Krishna took it back from Putana to give it to the kids, to make them eternally liberated. As the time factor, Krishna is representing this here. Also, Sripad Vallabhacharya has written a very interesting lesson here. He is saying the word Vichintayan should tell you that if you repeatedly remember Krishna, if you do Hari Smaranam, then all the Utpat will be destroyed. You see, Nanda Maharaj, he did not see Putana only. When he reached Vrindavan, Putana was already gone, finished. By the time he walked from Mathura to Nanda Gokul, Putana was already cremated. She was already gone. So Sripad Vallabhacharya is writing, even if you don't do anything, if you simply remember Krishna constantly with intensity, then all the problems which are supposed to come will go away and you will not even see them. Nanda Maharaj did not even see Putana alive on the power of his meditation. And finally, here it has been described that through this pastime, a few things can be mentioned. Putana was killed. Justice has been given to the past kids who were innocently killed. Protection has been given to Krishna's friends, because Putana could have killed other friends of Krishna. But by inconceivable mercy, Putana first landed into Krishna's house only. Krishna dragged Putana into his house. Because if Putana would have gone left, right, center, she may ended up killing Sridham, Sudham, Vasudham, Kinkini, Stauka, Krishna, Arjun, Lavanga, Madhu, Mandali, Bhadra, all of the friends of Krishna. So by killing Putana, Krishna protected his future friends. And at the same time, he boiled the pot of love of Mother Yashoda immediately after birth out of anxiety, because she's the first demon who's coming. So, you know, when milk is boiled, it becomes thicker and thicker and thicker. So Mother Yashoda's love is like milk. And Krishna thought of adding the fire of anxiety by bringing in Putana so that that milk can become rabdi in the heart of Putana. And the love of Putana can become condensed, and therefore Krishna got in Putana. And at the same time, Putana was not just liberated, but was given eternal immortal love. So all of this analysis can be seen through this first verse by our Acharyas. So much our Acharyas have given. There are some very interesting points to be quoted about why Putana came as a lady, why not as a man, and what time of the day did she come, how Putana actually saw an astrologer before she came. You know, Acharyas describe Putana actually saw an astrologer. so that the right date and the right time can be decided for Krishna's killing. But all of that we will cover in our next session. So till then, we will have some transcendental cliffhanger going. We will discuss those things about Putana's arrival. It's already time up now. I think it's about 11 past 9 at night for all of you. So we'll open the floor. If there are some comments, reflections, questions, we can take for about 15 minutes and then we can wrap up on time. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thanks, Prabhuji. Thanks for the wonderful. Still, we have not actually gone into the past time. We have still initiated. So we're just awaiting to nectar, more and more nectar. Extremely thankful, Prabhuji. Very nectarian.
I'm very, very grateful and thankful to Ramakrishna Prabhu and Shachi Yashoda Mataji for this opportunity, because Taddinam Durdinam Manye Megachadam Na Durdinam Yaddinam Krishna Samlapam Katha Piyusha Varjitam. In the Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada Muni is saying that day is not a bad day which is covered by clouds, because when it is rainy and it is gloomy, people don't prefer to go out generally. So generally, traditionally, that's considered to be a bad day. But Narada Muni says that's not a bad day. Tad dinam durdinam manye megachadam na durdinam. Then which is a bad day? Yad dinam Krishna samlapam katha piyusha varjitam. That day where Krishna katha is not flowing, that day is a bad day. So I want to thank Shachi Mataji and Ramakrishna Prabhu and all the devotees of Shamadesh for making my day a good day by giving me a chance to remember Harim Jagama Sharanam, letting me remember Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. We are being blessed by your by hearing the nectar from you. We feel fortunate that you're able to give us the time, Prabhuji, in spite of your busy schedule, classes after classes, one after the other. But you have been so kind and merciful to us. Thanks, Prabhuji. Extremely thankful. So if devotees have any questions relating to this pastime, you may please ask the question. You may unmute yourself and ask the questions. Anything related to this pastime. Or even if you have general questions also. First, we'll take questions related to this pastime, what Prabhu taught today, we heard, and then we can take other questions also, if anybody has.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
प्रभुजी मुझे पता नहीं मेरा प्रश्न कितना पूछ सकते हैं नहीं सकते, फिर भी मैं मेरा डाउट रखना चाहता हूँ. ये आपने बताए थे अभी कि विंध्या पर्वत में जो श्रीमती राधा रानी ने और रुक्मिणी देवी ने जो जन्म लिया था, तो मतलब श्रीमती राधा रानी के विंध्या पर्वत है, मतलब उनका मदर माता के बारे में थोड़ा सा मैं समझा नहीं, थोड़ा ठीक से उसका थोड़ा क्लियर कर देंगे क्या? हरे कृष्णा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. तो आप हिंदी में चाहेंगे उत्तर, अंग्रेजी में चाहेंगे?
अगर आप हिंदी में बोल देंगे तो अच्छा है फौजी, मेरा अनीता भी समझ सकते हैं.
अच्छा ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. तो विंध्या पर्वत, आप कहाँ संशय है विशेष करके?
मैं श्यामदेश में हूँ फौजी, इधर ही हूँ.
हाँ, आपका एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन, एग्जैक्ट डाउट क्या है?
ओके, जो आपने बताए थे कि जब उन्होंने मतलब दुर्गा माता ने जब पास्ट टाइम बता रहे थे कंस को, तो उस टाइम में आपने बताया था कि बिफोर कमिंग टू द बिरसवानु, सॉरी, मतलब जब उन्होंने ये विंध्या पर्वत से जो पूतना ने लेके जा रहे थे और उनको बहुत टायर्डनेस हुआ, और जब वो नीचे आए तो उस टाइम में तो अच्छा, मतलब उस टाइम का जो पास्ट टाइम जो है, मतलब उनका मम्मी मतलब मदर फादर कौन थे, मतलब श्रीमती राधा रानी के जो आपने विंध्या पर्वत बताए थे उसमें थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हुआ.
तो विंध्या पर्वत, हाँ, तो विंध्या पर्वत ये एक पुरुष है, तो विंध्या पर्वत पिता हैं. अच्छा. और उनकी जो स्त्री है, जो पत्नी है, धर्म पत्नी है, वो माता है राधा रानी के लिए, उस कल्प के लिए. जैसे रूप गोस्वामी वर्णन करते हैं, भिन्न कल्पों में राधा और कृष्ण के भिन्न अवतारों के नाना प्रकार के ऐसे कारण होते हैं. कहीं यहाँ निमित्त अलग होते हैं तो वहां निमित्त अलग होते हैं. तो हर समय में नित्य सदा सर्वदा काल के लिए वृषभानु महाराज और कीर्तिदा देवी माता पिता हैं, परंतु यहाँ केवल ब्रह्मा जी के वाणी को सत्य घोषित करने के लिए श्रीमती राधा रानी जन्म ली, अवतीर्ण हुई विंध्या पर्वत के पत्नी के गर्भ के माध्यम से, और फिर उनको 2 पुत्री हुई, एक तो चंद्रावली देवी और एक राधा रानी। तो फिर वहां जन्म हुआ उनका, जैसे हम देखते हैं कि कृष्ण लीला में कृष्ण का जन्म हुआ वसुदेव और देवकी रानी से, परंतु माता पिता नित्य काल के लिए हैं नंद और यशोदा। उसी प्रकार यहाँ केवल विंध्य पर्वत पिता बने और उनकी जो पत्नी है वो माता बनी राधा रानी के लिए। और पूतना देवी ने, कृष्ण लीला में तो वसुदेव महाराज ही स्वयं कृष्ण को ले गए, पर यहाँ पूतना देवी ने अपहरण के उद्देश्य से उठा लिया, परंतु सेवा करके यमुना में छोड़ दी, जहां वृषभानु महाराज से भेंट हुई। वृषभानु महाराज पिता है और कीर्तिदा देवी मैया है राधा रानी के लिए। तो ये जो 2 पुत्री हैं, एक तो चंद्रावली और एक राधा रानी। चंद्रावली रुक्मिणी के रूप में सेवा करने लगी और राधा रानी ये सत्यभामा है। तो जैसे राधा रानी और कृष्ण जब वृंदावन में होते हैं तो राधा और कृष्ण के रूप में विराजमान, परंतु जब वो द्वारका चले जाते हैं तो कृष्ण हो जाते हैं द्वारकाधीश और चंद्रावली हो जाती है रुक्मिणी और राधा रानी हो जाती है सत्यभामा। तो कृष्ण की जो रानियां हैं ये विशेष करके वृंदावन की गोपियां ही हैं, इनके अतिरिक्त और कोई नहीं है। तो विंध्या पर्वत केवल माध्यम बने, क्योंकि ब्रह्मा जी ने जो वरदान दिया था इसको सत्य घोषित करने के लिए, सत्यम विधातुम निज भृत्य भाषितम। राधा रानी ने सोचा कि मेरे भृत्य अर्थात मेरे सेवक ब्रह्मा जी ने वरदान दे दी, ठीक है, तो उसको सत्य घोषित करने के लिए मैं वहां से जन्म लूंगी, परंतु पूतना को माध्यम बनाकर सुकृति दे दूंगी जिससे वो मुझे अपने माता पिता की ओर छोड़ दें। जैसे हम सोचते हैं, हम सुनते हैं कि सत्यम सत्यम पुनः सत्यम सत्यम एवं पुनः पुनः विना राधा प्रसादेन मत प्रसादो न लभ्यते। कृष्ण कहते हैं कि ये सत्य है, ये सत्य है अर्जुन, ये अवश्य सत्य है कि राधा रानी के कृपा के बिना कोई मुझे प्राप्त नहीं करता। अब देखिए पूतना की जीवन में देखिए, पहले राधा रानी ने कृपा की, राधा रानी की सेवा हुई, फिर पूतना जाकर नंद गोकुल में कृष्ण का दर्शन हो पाया। तो हमारे लिए हो या पूतना देवी के लिए हो, पहले राधा रानी के चरण आश्रित होकर उनके कृपा याचना से ही, उनके कृपा से ही हमें कृष्ण का दर्शन संभव है। तो ये मानो ये प्रतीत करने के लिए ये लीला उन्होंने रचाई। ठीक है,
थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी, क्लियर हो गया प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। आप नेपाल से हैं क्या प्रभु?
जी प्रभु जी, मैं नेपाल से हूँ।
अच्छा, बहुत अच्छी नेपाली वाणी है, तो मैंने सोचा आप नेपाल से ही होंगे। सुंदर। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी। हरि बोल।
प्रभु जी मेरा एक प्रश्न है प्रभु जी। तो प्रभु राधा रानी को और चंद्रावली दे वर नॉट अवेयर कि वो लोग दोनों सिस्टर्स है करके? क्योंकि दोनों दे न्यू बिकॉज दोनों में ऑलरेडी कंपटीशन होता था ना प्रभु जी, दे वर वन विंग ऐसा वी हैव सीन मेनी पास्ट टाइम्स। नो, चंद्रावली का एक गैंग अलग है, राधा रानी का गैंग अलग है, तो दे वर अवेयर प्रभु जी कि वो लोग सिस्टर्स है करके?
यस माता जी, यस, बट we have to understand that they are sisters from the bodily perspective, from Vindhyachal Parvat's perspective, but they are eternally more connected to each other because of their love for Krishna. Keeping Krishna in the center, Radharani and Chandravali are more related to each other as devotees than just sisters connected to Vindhya Parvat.
Okay.
So it is like saying Jananivas Prabhu and Pankajangri Prabhu are brothers, but more importantly they are god brothers.
Okay,
right? So similarly Chandravali and Radharani are more connected to each other because of their gopi bhav to Krishna than just the origin of their appearance in that specific kalpa. And of course the nature of their love is also a little different. Rupa Goswami describes Radharani's love to be madhu sneha. It is a very interesting term, madhu sneha. Madhu means honey, and Chandravali's love has been described as Ghrita Sneha, and Ghrita means ghee. Very beautiful comparison Rupa Goswami gives between Radharani and Chandravali. He says Chandravali has Ghrita Sneha and Radharani has Madhu Sneha. Now what does this mean? You see, you have to have nice rice and dal, and then you can put ghee, hot ghee on the top, and then the taste increases. But nobody has ghee on its own. But honey, you don't have to put it on anything. Honey by itself is very sweet. So Chandravali has her mood in such a way that if everybody is performing her service and then she enters, then she adds beauty to the whole thing. But individually, Krishna does not relish her service as much as he relishes Radharani's service. Radharani individually also, without any need of any other gopi, she can completely please Krishna. Just like honey is very tasty, but ghee is tasty when it's added to something else. Also, another meaning is very interesting. When you take the bottle of ghee and you start pouring it, what happens? There are splitter and splatter outside. But when you pour honey, it goes
Big
one
dhara.
pointed. It's like a thick dhara of Radha. The syllables are Radha. When you flip it, becomes dhara. Very strong stream. So Chandravali's service is like that. She has multiple things to do. But Radharani goes like one stream, one pointed. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana. She's like honey. So many beautiful things can be said with respect to honey and ghee, which our acharyas have said. Even as far as the shelf life is concerned, how quickly does ghee get spoiled? How quickly does honey get spoiled? That comparison is also there. At the same time, when you heat ghee, what happens? Ghee melts. So when Krishna gets angry, Chandravali, she becomes humble and she. But when you heat honey, what happens? It becomes thicker. So when Krishna goes like this, Radharani goes like this, and then he melts. So in this way, Srila Rupa Goswami has given Ghrita Sneha and Madhu Sneha example for Chandravali and Radharani. And as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we align towards the lotus feet of Radharani. I remember one is in Vrindavan. One very high class Vaishnav, very high class Vaishnav. His daughter wanted to get initiated from a certain ISKCON guru. So her birth name was Chandramukhi. So then when she had to take initiation, her Guru Maharaj gave from C, so he gave name Chandravali Devidasi. Now the daughter agreed, but the daughter's father, who was a very great devotee too, he said, no, how can Maharaj name my daughter Chandravali? How will I walk around in the house calling Chandravali, Chandravali? How will Radharani on the altar feel when I'm chanting the name of Chandravali with so much affection? He went to the Guru and said, I request you, Maharaj. It's ultimately your call, but I request you. Please, if as a father, if you can listen to my appeal, please change her name. Keep it something which is anukul for Radharani, so that I can call with affection. And the Guru smiled, and he changed the name to something very, I think Tungavidya or something like that, or Indulekha or something like that, one of the Ashtasakis. He said, then the father became very peaceful. He said, now it is okay. Now Radharani how can I worship Radharani on the altar and all day long with affection call Chandravali? He said, what will Radharani feel? So very sweet mood. So I just remembered that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks, Prabhuji. Prabhu, I had one more doubt also, Prabhuji. When the Putana, she carried both the children, both Chandravali as well as Radharani. She dropped Radharani in the Yamuna. And where did she drop Chandravali?
In Vidarbha, in Bhishmaka, the river there. I don't
Correct,
remember
but
exactly.
that was later, no, Prabhu. She became Rukmini. But as Chandravali, where she grew up, Prabhuji?
So basically, this is to be understood in the way that Rupa Goswami writes it as Chandravali was dropped as Rukmini. So she performed her pastimes there like that. So there may have been different reasons for the appearance of the personalities, but Rukmini's appearance has been described like this by Rupa Goswami. Chandravali actually, if you see, is the daughter of Chandrabhanu Maharaj. Vrishabhanu Maharaj has a brother called Chandrabhanu. Chandrabhanu's daughter is Chandravali. So her appearance, if you see, according to Shastra, is given differently. Just like Radharani's appearance is shown from the golden lotus. So therefore, this gives the angle of Rukmini. But I'm pretty sure there will be another history in the Shastra describing the actual appearance of Chandravali in Vrindavan.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot, Prabhu. Prabhu, I think Nadashruti had raised her hand. I don't know. Is Nadashruti there? I saw her hand
Yes,
raised.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah. You can ask your question. Yeah.
Mataji, actually, I had the same question as you, because Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you said that Chandravali was dropped in Vidarbha, so I had the question that did she not perform her pastimes in Vrindavan as
She
Chandravali?
would have definitely, she has definitely performed her pastimes in Vrindavan. But Rupa Goswami says this as the history of the connection of Chandravali and Rukmini. But I'll have to look through the Shastras for her specific childhood pastimes in Vrindavan. I have not read anything like that. I'm pretty sure our acharyas have given everything, but I personally have not read any childhood pastimes or any baby pastimes of Chandravali Devi. But definitely there is descriptions of her appearance to Chandrabhanu Maharaj. Radha Krishna Ganodesh Deepika also describes. But as far as specific pastimes in Vrindavan in her childhood, I am not aware. But yes, Madhurya pastimes later, there are many.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Shri Deepak Prabhuji, you can ask your question.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
प्रभु जी, मेरा प्रश्न ऐसा था, जैसे कि आपने बताया कि अगर हम कृष्ण के पास जाना चाहते हैं, कृष्ण की भक्ति करना चाहते हैं, तो वो संभव नहीं है राधा रानी की कृपा के बिना। तो राधा रानी की कृपा अवश्य होनी चाहिए। तो प्रश्न ऐसा था प्रभु जी, जैसे अगर हम हमारी डेली साधना करते हैं, तो 16 माला जप वगैरह करते हैं, तो हमारा अटेंटिवली जपा वगैरह होए, तो उसके लिए हमें पहले राधा रानी की कुछ स्पेशल प्रेयर्स वगैरह हैं, रिकमेंडेशन की पहले हमें राधा रानी की कोई प्रार्थना करनी चाहिए और फिर हमें चैंटिंग करना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ है?
वैसे प्रश्न ऐसा है कि आप चाहेंगे कि इसका उत्तर हिंदी में हो कि अंग्रेजी में हो?
प्रभु जी, हिंदी में बेटर रहेगा।
अच्छा, ठीक है। तो so for those who are non-Hindi speaking, the question is how to get the mercy of Radharani. Do we have to do something special? And Prabhuji wants the answer in Hindi, so I'm just going ahead and answering that in Hindi. तो राधा रानी के उपासना के लिए आप देखेंगे प्रातः काल से लेकर श्रीमद् गुरोर अष्टकम एतद उच्चैहि ब्राह्मे मुहूर्ते पठति प्रयत्नात् यस्तेन वृंदावननाथ साक्षात् सेवैव लभ्य जनुषंत एव। श्रीला विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर कहते हैं गुरुवाष्टकम ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में पठन करने पर राधा रानी बहुत प्रसन्न होती है, इसीलिए कृष्ण के चरण प्राप्ति होती है। ये फलश्रुति है। संसार दावा नललीढलोक त्राणाय कारुण्य घन घनत्वम जो बोलते हैं, उसका 8 श्लोक प्राप्त ध्यायन स्तुवम तस्य यशः त्रिसंध्यम, वहां पे हम रुक जाते हैं। उसके बाद एक और श्लोक है जो फलश्रुति है, जिसमें फल दिया है इसके अष्टक का। श्रीमद् गुरोर अष्टकम एतद उच्चैहि, इसको यदि कोई उच्च आवाज में कहे, ब्राह्मे मुहूर्ते पठति प्रयत्नात्, प्रयत्न लेकर शैया को त्याग कर उत्साह भाव से कोई इसका पाठ करे ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में ऊंचे कंठ में, यस्तेन वृंदावननाथ साक्षात सेवैव लभ्य जनुषंत एव, राधा रानी प्रसन्न होती है और कृष्ण के चरण में सेवा करने के जो सौभाग्य है वो प्रदान करती है। ये पहली बात। अब दूसरी बात, माधव महोत्सव नामक ग्रंथ में श्रीला जीव गोस्वामी कहते हैं जो भी तुलसी की आराधना करता है, वृंदा देवी की आराधना करता है, राधा रानी बहुत प्रसन्न होती है। क्योंकि राधा रानी को ये वृंदावनेश्वरी जो ये सरताज दिया गया था, ये वृंदा देवी नहीं दिया था, क्योंकि वृंदावन की वृंदावन ईश्वरी वृंदा देवी है, और उन्होंने ही मुकुट निकालकर राधा रानी के सिर में नवाजा और कहा कि आज से वृंदावनेश्वरी राधा रानी है। तो राधा रानी और वृंदा देवी बहुत घनिष्ठ है, उनका मित्रता बहुत घनिष्ठ है। तो इसलिए हम देखते हैं तुलसी आरती में भी, जे तुम्हार शरण लोय तारा वांछा पूर्ण होय, कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी। जो तुलसी आराधना करता है उसको वृंदावन वास होता है। दूसरी बात, मोरए अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो वास, करने पर विलास कुंज की प्राप्ति होती है जहां राधा कृष्ण विलास करते हैं। और नयने हेरिबो सदा जुगल रूप राशि, राधा और कृष्ण का साक्षात दर्शन होता है तुलसी की सेवा करने से। फिर ए निवेदन धरो सखी अनुगत करो, तुलसी सेवा करने से गोपी भाव के अनुगत्य हो सकते हैं हम। सेवा अधिकार दिए करो निज दासी, राधा दास्यम प्राप्त होता है। दीन कृष्ण दासे कोई ए जेना मोरा होय, श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा जेना भासी। राधा गोविंद प्रेम में डूबने का सौभाग्य मिलता है तुलसी सेवा से। तो ये प्रातःकालीन जो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त के जो हम पठन करते हैं, इसको छोड़ना नहीं है। फिर शिक्षाष्टकम, ये किनके मुख से उद्धृत है? ये ऐसे तो देखा जाता है कि श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के मुख से उद्धृत है, पर श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु तब कृष्ण भाव में नहीं थे, निमाय पंडित के भाव में नहीं थे, राधा भाव में थे। ये अंतलीला का एकदम अंतिम अध्याय में कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी चैतन्य चरितामृत में वर्णन करते हैं, और वहां कहा गया है, अब ये आश्लिष्यवा पादरतम पिनष्टु माम मत प्राणनाथ। कृष्ण को प्राणनाथ कहने वाले कौन है? राधा रानी है। तो शिक्षाष्टकम बोलने पर क्या होता है? प्रभुरा शिक्षाष्टक श्लोक जय पड़े सुने, कृष्ण प्रेम भक्ति तार बाड़े दिने दिने। जो शिक्षाष्टक रोज कहता है उनको राधा कृष्ण की भक्ति प्राप्त होती है, तो उसको कहना। और हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र क्यों जपे? क्योंकि ये सब नाम जो है ये कृष्ण के नाम है। हरे हरि का नाम है, कृष्ण कृष्ण का नाम है, राम राधा रमन का नाम है, और राधा रानी को बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब कृष्ण के नाम का उच्चारण होता है। तो नाम जब इस भाव से करना चाहिए, हे राधा रानी आप प्रसन्न हो जाए, मैं आपके कृष्ण के नामों का उच्चारण इसलिए कर रहा हूं ताकि आप प्रसन्न हो जाए, कृष्ण आपके हैं। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी कहते हैं, ओ राधा रानी, कृष्ण इज योर प्रॉपर्टी, प्लीज टेल योर कृष्णा समथिंग अबाउट मी। तो हे राधा रानी, आपके संतोष के लिए मैं आपके कृष्ण के नामों का उच्चारण कर रहा हूं। तो इस प्रकार भागवत, भागवत क्या है? ये भी श्रीमद् भागवत भी वांग्मय स्वरूप है, स्वर ध्वनि स्वरूप है कृष्ण का। तो हर बात जो भक्ति का हम कर रहे हैं, ये सोचकर करना है कि मैं राधा रानी की प्रसन्नता के लिए करना चाहता हूं। और विशेष करके राधा रानी की सेवा उनके गोपी और उनकी मंजरियों के द्वारा होती है। रूप मंजरी की मुख्य सखी है कमला मंजरी, जो भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर है। उनकी मुख्य सखी है नयनमणि मंजरी, जो सरस्वती ठाकुर है। तो इस प्रकार गुरुदेव द्वारा जो उपदेश किए गए जो पथ है, इसको अवलंबन करना है जीवन में। गुरु और अवज्ञा करने पर राधा रानी संतुष्ट नहीं होती। गुरु और अवज्ञा पे राधा रानी की भी अवज्ञा होती है। और यस्य प्रसादात राधा प्रसादो तो इनके प्रसाद से राधा रानी की प्रसाद प्राप्ति होती है। तो गुरु निष्ठा, नाम निष्ठा, एकादशी निष्ठा, तुलसी निष्ठा, साधना निष्ठा। हम 8-8, 9-9, 10-10 बजे तक सोएंगे और फिर राधा रानी की प्रसन्नता के विषय में पूछेंगे, तो ये फिर निंदनीय बात है। अगर कोई कहेगा कि मैं 9 बजे तक सोता हूं और मैं साधक हूं, ना, वो राक्षस है। साधक बोल ही नहीं सकता अपने आप को। साधक तो 2 बजे उठता है, नहीं तो 3 बजे, नहीं तो 4 बजे, अंतिम 5 बजे। उसके बाद अगर सोए और कहे कि साधक है, तो फिर बहुत निंदनीय बात है। मतलब ये तिरस्कार करने वाली बात है जो साधन किए हैं ध्रुव महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, अम्बरीश महाराज। हम उनकी निंदा कर रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं कि आप भी साधक या आप भी सिद्ध, मैं भी सिद्ध बनने के लिए साधना कर रहा हूँ। 8-8 बजे तक सोए हैं, फोन में देख रहे हैं, फिर राधा रानी कैसे में प्रसन्न होगी? ऐसे प्रसन्न नहीं होती। निष्ठा पूर्वक गुरु ने जो लक्ष्मण रेखा दी है उसी के अंतर्गत रहना है और भजन करना है, समय व्यर्थ में नहीं गवाना। वैष्णवों की सेवा करें, राधा रानी बहुत प्रसन्न होती है। यथा यथा गौर पदार विंदे विंदेत भक्तिम घृत पुण्य राशि। महाप्रभु और नित्यानंद प्रभु के सेवा करने से ही राधा कृष्ण प्रसन्न होते हैं। तो यही भाव हृदय में धारण करना है। ठीक है?
हरिबोल प्रभु जी, बहुत क्लियर हो गया प्रश्न काफी हद तक। तो प्रभु जी खाली इतना ब्रह्म मुहूर्त जो है, तो मॉर्निंग में 4 बजे से लेकर 6:30 बजे तक समझ सकते हैं इसे, अप टू 6:30?
ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का जो the question is, what is the exact definition of Brahma Muhurta? And the answer in English is, it is 96 minutes before sunrise. तो सूर्योदय के पहले जो 90 मिनट कह सकते हैं, 100 मिनट कह सकते हैं, इसको ब्रह्म मुहूर्त कहते हैं। तो अलग अलग जगह पर अलग अलग सूर्योदय का समय होता है, परंतु विशेष करके एक शयन का समय फिक्स्ड होना चाहिए। हम जो उठ रहे हैं, चलो सो रहे हैं 10 बजे 11 बजे, उठने का समय फिक्स्ड होना चाहिए। बिल्कुल उस पर कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं। उठ के बैठ जाएंगे, अरे सिर दुख रहा है, दांत दर्द हो रहा है, पेट दर्द हो रहा है, और मृत्यु काल में कैसा स्मरण होगा? फिर सिर दर्द करने पर हम भजन छोड़ रहे हैं, नाम जब छोड़ रहे हैं, तो फिर मृत्यु काल में प्राण प्रयाण समय कप वात पित्त कंठावरोधन विदव स्मरणम कुतस्ते, कैसे होगा? बिल्कुल नहीं होगा. Those who are, you see the farmers, just to get some grains in the field, they are working so hard. In the middle, you can imagine early morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, when it is very cold, without many clothes, just with little dhoti, the farmer is on the field and he is plowing. And even in the summer afternoon, he is there. 8 hours, 10 hours, he is working with his plow. So farmer is working for putting grains into the stomach. He is working 10 hours and he is waking up early in the morning. So to put grains into the soul and to get Krishna, how can we imagine by sleeping on the bed we will get? Not possible. The best time to do bhajan is between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Who has said this? Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj has said this. The worshipable Saguru of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He has said the chanting that is done between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. is the chanting which will give you Krishna. दिन भर चैंटिंग कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. तत्रार्पित स्मरणे नियमित स्मरणे न कालः, दैट इज करेक्ट. यू कैन चैंट एनी टाइम. बट कोई 8 बजे तक सोए और फिर कहे कि तत्रार्पित नियमित स्मरणे न कालः, नहीं. पहले शासन, पहले थोड़ा शासन में. राग भक्ति की बात बाद में. पहले मानवता पे उतरना है. जानवरता से उठकर मानवता में आना है. और मानवता का अर्थ है संस्कृति. संस्कृति. चाहे 12 बजे सो जाए, कोई बात नहीं, हम 4 बजे उठेंगे. जो समय है हमारा उस समय पर उठेंगे. देव बोलेगा नहीं थोड़ा सो जाओ, ये सब मन है, मन खेल रहा है. मन का अगर बात मानोगे तो दिन भर सुलाएगा वो, क्योंकि उसको तो वो भजन से डरता है. क्योंकि जब नाम जप होता है तो मन फिर वीक हो जाता है ना, कमजोर होने लगता है. अनादि काल से मन पकड़ के रखा है जीव को. अब जीव कहता है मन तू पीछे हट जा, मैं नाम जप करने वाला. तो मन तो फिर विरोध करेगा ही. कहेगे मन को मैं पहले नाम जप करूंगा, 32 माला सुबह उठ के करूंगा, फिर सोना है 1 घंटे सो लूंगा. पर नहीं, नाम जप को छोड़ना नहीं. ये सोचना है. आप सोचिए, आपके गुरु महाराज ने आपको बुलाया और कहा कि बिटवीन दिस टाइम टू दिस टाइम आई हैव टाइम. हम सोएंगे क्या तभी? नहीं सोएंगे. हम कहेंगे दिन में माय गुरु महाराज हैज टू मीट सो मेनी डिसाइपल्स, ही हैज गिवन मी दैट स्लॉट ऑफ हाफ एन आवर, सो आई मस्ट गो देयर. तो उसी प्रकार ब्रह्म मुहूर्त सोचना है कि मैं नाम जप कर रहा हूं मेरे गुरु महाराज की संतुष्टि के लिए, और मेरे गुरु महाराज ने मुझे बुलाया है अपने रूम में उनके चरणों में बैठकर नाम जप करने के लिए. तो मैं कैसे सो सकता हूं तभी? लोग आईआईटी के समय जल्दी उठ के पढ़ाई करते हैं. अगर आपको कहा जाए आप एयरपोर्ट में जाइए 4 बजे, आपको 2 करोड़ कैश ब्रीफकेस में मिलेगा, आप उठ के नहीं जाएंगे क्या? मैं तो जाऊंगा, लोभी व्यक्ति हूं, मैं तो जाऊंगा. और मेरे साथ अगर कोई भाई बहन है, आप भी आइए मेरे साथ, है ना. हम थोड़े 2-4 पैसे के लिए हम सुबह उठने को तैयार हैं. इंटरव्यू है अगर जॉब के लिए, आपको कोई फेसबुक या एप्पल का जॉब है और आपको 3 बजे उठ के इंटरव्यू है, आप 2 बजे उठ के बैठ जाएंगे, सोना नहीं है. तो एक क्षणिक जॉब के लिए, आईआईटी के लिए और ब्रीफकेस के लिए हम उठने को तैयार हैं. और जो नाम भजन करने के लिए मानव शरीर मिला है, वहां आलस आता है ना, बिल्कुल नहीं. उठ के नाम भजन करना है. भाव कुभाव अनक आलस हो, नाम जपत मंगल दिशि दस हो. गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी कहते हैं भाव हो, कुभाव हो, गुस्से से हो, आलस से हो, मन लगे ना लगे, उठ के नाम जप करो. बिल्कुल नहीं, मन का सुनना नहीं है. कहना है तुम अभी, जैसे हरिदास ठाकुर की कथा में क्या आता है, वो वेश्या आकर कहती है कि बात मानो. हरिदास ठाकुर कहते हैं बिल्कुल बात मानूंगा, पहले नाम जप होने दो. तो ये वेश्या कौन है? ये मन है. मन कहता है बात मानो. हम कहेंगे हाँ बात अवश्य मानेंगे, पहले मेरा माला हो जाए, 16 माला हो जाए, 20 माला हो जाए, 25 माला हो जाए, 32 माला हो जाए, फिर मैं बात मानूंगा. और वो करने तक मन को रोज ऐसे रगड़ने पर फिर जैसे हम देखते हैं ना, कई बार टैप से पानी निकलता रहता है और थोड़े सालों बाद देखो तो जहां नीचे टाइल होता है वहां वो बूंद के निशान लगते हैं. एक बूंद एक समय पर लगता है, पर सालों साल करो तो निशान. तो टाइल पे निशान आ सकता है, तो मन पे निशान नहीं आएगा क्या? नाम मंत्र का जो प्रहार हो रहा है, मन समाप्त हो जाएगा, भस्म हो जाएगा. तो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का क्या समय है? ये 100 मिनट पकड़ लीजिए सूर्योदय से पहले, परंतु गौड़ीय वैष्णव के लिए 3 से 7 के बीच में उठना है और अधिक से अधिक नाम जप करना है. तो इसमें बिल्कुल पीछे बिल्कुल नहीं, इस पे दो राय नहीं है, इस पे और कोई डिस्कशन नहीं है कि कितना प्रभु जी थोड़ा सो सकते हैं क्योंकि अभी ऐसा है वैसा है ना, बिल्कुल नहीं. अच्छा, किसी का भी नाइट शिफ्ट चल रहा है, आर्थिक परिस्थिति जीवन में अलग है, तो वो सब स्पेशल केस है। पर जो दिन में काम करते हैं शाम को आ जाते हैं, अभी तो कोरोना की इतनी करुणा है, घर बैठे हैं व्यक्ति, और अभी यदि भजन नहीं हुआ तो कभी नहीं होगा। कोरोना देवी इतना कृपा कर रही है कि डर डर के भजन हो करो, ये मर रहा है, वो मर रहा है, सब मर रहे हैं, अरे आग लगी है, भागो भागो भागो, आर्त पुकारो प्रभु को, और घर बैठो, कुछ और करना नहीं, लॉगिन करके रख देते हैं कई लोग और फिर नाम जप करते रहते हैं ऑफिस में। लक्ष्मी भी खुश और राधा रानी भी खुश। तो इस प्रकार बस, तो यही बात है, डट के खड़े रहना और खूब नाम जप करना है। नाम भजन के अतिरिक्त हमारा कोई आश्रय नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। आप कितने भी श्लोक कंठस्थ कर लो, कितने भी गीत गा लो, कितने भी निपुणता कुशलता अलग अलग कामों में कराओ, बिना नाम के हरेर नाम एव केवलम नास्ति एव नास्ति एव गतिरन्यथा। इसके अतिरिक्त दूसरा कोई उपाय नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। क्यों? हम फेनेटिक है क्या? हाँ फेनेटिक है, बिल्कुल फेनेटिक है। क्योंकि वृद्ध अवस्था में आप ना बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर पाएंगे, आप ना भाग भाग कर कीर्तन कर पाएंगे, ना 5 घंटे खड़े होकर आप 100 लोगों के लिए प्रसाद बना पाएंगे 60-70 की आयु में, आप ना प्रीचिंग कर पाएंगे क्योंकि स्मरण नहीं होगा कोई श्लोक। तो फिर नाम जप करना है ताकि आदत लग जाए, नाम की लट लग जाए, ताकि वृद्ध अवस्था में कोई और सेवा ना हो सके, कोने में बैठ के नाम जप तो कर सकते हैं। तो प्रश्न तो यही था कि ब्रह्म मुहूर्त कब है, उसका उत्तर दे दिया, पर ये ऐसा एक सेंसिटिव नर्व है कि अब तो तार में हाथ लग गए तो फिर बिजली के करंट लग।
थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी, हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा। बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत सुंदर। हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। जो अभी आपने बहुत ही अति उत्तम, बहुत ही सुंदर ढंग से बताया प्रभु जी, उसी से संबंधित है कि जो गुरु अष्टकम जो हमें प्रातः काल में करना चाहिए, तो इसमें एक्चुअली जैसे कुछ लोग बोलते हैं जल्दी नहा के करना चाहिए, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम भी लगता है। और तो लास्ट टाइम आपका क्लास भी सुना, लेकिन कुछ चीजें थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आया। लेकिन मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि हमारे पास में समय भी कम होता है सुबह, और हमारा उद्देश्य ये होता है कि कुछ हो ना हो 16 राउंड हो, ये हम मतलब पर्टिकुलर मेरी सोच होती है। अगर अब मेरे पास में 16 राउंड करने का समय है तो मैं 16 राउंड करूंगा और भगवान को एक अगरबत्ती लगा के चले जाऊंगा, ये मेरी सोच होती है। उसके बाद थोड़ा सा समय है तो फिर वो और गुरु अष्टकम में दिया जाएगा, और वो भी कैसे दिया जाएगा? चलते हुए अगरबत्ती लगाई, उधर भगवान का प्रसाद बना रहे हैं, इधर चल रहे हैं, गुरु अष्टकम चल रहा है, क्योंकि समय उतना है। तो ये आप थोड़ा सा इस बारे में, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपने जो थोड़ा इलेबोरेटली बताया इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को, हमारा किस प्रकार से टाइम मैनेजमेंट होना चाहिए, और कितना हमको ये सुबह सुबह करना चाहिए कि जिससे कि हमारे मन में दिन भर एक चेतना बनी रहे। 16 राउंड, क्या उसमें हमको 16 राउंड के साथ कंप्रोमाइज कर देना चाहिए कि 4 राउंड छोड़कर इस सबको बीच में ले लेना चाहिए, या 16 राउंड करके किस तरह से? हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्णा। अलग अलग भक्तों का अलग अलग राय हो सकता है। So back to Shachi Mataji. Mataji, this can be the last question and answer. And at the same time, would you prefer me to answer in English, because the last answer was quite a long in Hindi, and I'm not sure if there are South Indian devotees who are not aware of Hindi, so they may feel spaced out.
No, actually, most of them they can understand Hindi, Prabhuji. In fact,
Okay. फिर ठीक,
everybody can understand Hindi. That's
फिर घर की बात है, ठीक है।
you can continue in Hindi, Prabhuji. No problem.
ठीक, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। तो अलग अलग भक्तों का अलग अलग राय होता है प्रभु जी इस विषय में। आपने मुझे पूछा तो मैं मेरे 2 पैसे का मैं मेरा जो राय है, मेरा जो मत है, मैं उसको प्रस्तुत कर सकता हूँ। मैं बिल्कुल ये 16 राउंड को कॉम्प्रोमाइज करके कुछ और करना, ये मैं सुन भी नहीं सकता। कान से खून निकलता है मेरे जब मैं ये सुनता हूँ। ये मेरी बात है। कई कहते हैं हाँ 8 सुबह कर लो, फिर ये कर लो, वो कर लो, फिर 8 माला शाम को कर लो। मेरा राय ये है कि दीक्षा लेते समय हम हमारे गुरु महाराज को ना प्रॉमिस करते हैं कि मैं ये करूंगा, ना कहते हैं हम वो करूंगा। एक ही बात कहते हैं, वो मैं 16 माला करूंगा। तो गुरु महाराज को जो बात कही है उसको छोड़कर बाकी सब करना, सब भक्ति है। पर मैंने वो कहा नहीं महाराज जी से, मैंने कहा कि मैं 16 माला करूंगा। तो पहली बात तो गुरु महाराज को जो प्रण दे दिया है, जो शब्द दे दिया है, इसकी पूर्ति हो जाए, बाकी सब। तो मेरा राय ये है, 20 मिनट में गृहस्थ को अगर समय ना हो तो 20 मिनट में सब आरती कर सकते हैं। ब्रह्म मुहूर्त के गुरुवाष्टक, नरसिंह आरती, तुलसी आरती, गुरु पूजा, शिक्षाष्टकम, ये 5 चीज, ये 20 मिनट में संभव है। कॉल एंड रिस्पॉन्स शायद नहीं होगा आप, लेकिन ऐसे गा सकते हैं। मैं आपको दिखा सकता हूं। संसार दावानललिढलोका त्रणय कारुण्य घन घन त्वं प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं महाप्रभु कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्रमाध्यान् मनसुरसेना रोमाञ्चकं पाश्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं श्री विग्रह आराधना नित्य नाना श्रृंगार तन्मंदिर मर्जनादो युक्तस्य भक्तांश्च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादम् स्वादर्नत्रेपान् हरिभक्तसङ्गान् कृत्वैव त्रेपिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नां प्रतिक्षण आस्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं निकुञ्जयोनोरतिकेलिसीते यायालिभे युक्ते अपेक्षणीय तत्रातिदक्षाततिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं साक्षात् हरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भाग्यत एव साधि किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन् स्तुवं तस्य यशत्रिसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं। 2 मिनट पूरा गुरुवाष्टक हो गया। 2-3 मिनट सब ज्यादा से ज्यादा
2 minutes प्रभु जी, आई वाज सेइंग 2 मिनट ही हुआ प्रभु जी।
2 मिनट
मैंने काउंट कर, मैं लगाया।
हर गृहस्थ कर सकता है प्रभु जी, हर गृहस्थ। भगवान ये नहीं देखते आप कितने बार रिपीट करते हैं, आपको अर्थ जानना है, हर पंक्ति का आपको अर्थ जानना है और आपका मन लगना चाहिए आपके गुरु महाराज के उस भाव में। जैसे कैसे आपके गुरु महाराज ने सब भक्तों को विग्रह स्थापित की उनके जीवन में और विग्रह सेवा में नियुक्त किया, कैसे आपके गुरु महाराज ने राधा कृष्ण विषय में, महाप्रभु के विषय में कहा। तो अलग अलग जो पंक्ति हैं उनके अलग अलग अर्थ हैं। तो अर्थ जानकर मन आविष्ट होकर गाना है 2-3 मिनट बस। ये 2-3 मिनट का जो आवेश है, गृहस्थ के पास ज्यादा समय नहीं होता। तो ये हो गया। अब इसी से नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, वो 1-2 मिनट और, तुलसी देवी 2 मिनट और, 2-3 मिनट और, फिर श्री गुरु चरण पद्म और वो थोड़ा ज्यादा समय लगेगा शायद, वो और 3 मिनट, फिर शिक्षाष्टक या षट गोस्वामी अष्टक। आप सब करके भी आप 15 मिनट में कर सकते हैं प्रभु जी, और सब मिलके कर सकते हैं। और फिर आप ठाकुर को, जब आपके पास समय हो ठीक है आप पूरा आरती करें, जब ना हो गंध पुष्प धूप दीप नैवेद्य, अगरबत्ती दिखाएं, घी लैंप, फ्लावर्स रखें और तुलसी और फिर भोग, बस हो गया 15 मिनट। आवेश भी है, ऐसा नहीं कि चलते फिरते कर रहे हैं, बैठ के आराम से मन लगा के कर रहे हैं। और 16 माला में कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल नहीं। और अगर आपके पास बहुत समय कम है तो 16 माला कर लो, भगवान को कह देना, प्रभु आपने ऐसा जीवन दिया है, इतना कष्ट आपने गृहस्थ का, इतना भार उठाने का कर्तव्य आपने दिया है, तो मैं 16 माला कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं कर सकता। तो आप ऐसा प्रोग्राम चॉकआउट कीजिए। अगर आपका 2 घंटे में 16 हो रही है, 1.5 घंटे में हो रहे हैं, आप उसके 1.5 घंटे निकाल के रखें, फिर 20 मिनट इसके, और फिर कोई भागवत का एक श्लोक पढ़ लिया या कोई कथा सुन लिया आपने 15-20 मिनट, तुलसी परिक्रमा कर ली। तो ऐसे करके कॉम्पैक्ट करके 2 आवर्स ऑफ इंटेंस प्रोग्राम हर गृहस्थ तो कर ही सकता है। ये एक आत्म शुद्धिकरण के लिए है प्रभु जी, ये एक कवच है। कई बार तो हम क्या करते हैं, बहुत समय लगा के करते हैं। पहली बात, अगर आवेश है, एब्जॉर्प्शन है, फिर कोई बात नहीं। हम अर्थ भी नहीं जानते हैं और लंबा लंबा खींच खींच के गाते हैं, फिर क्या होता है, बोर होने लगता है, क्योंकि अर्थ नहीं जानते। फिर 1-2 दिन करते हैं, फिर 1 हफ्ता छूट जाता है, फिर आलस आता है कि वो करना है क्या। सी, व्हेन यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड समथिंग, यू डोंट फील द मोटिवेशन टू डू इट। और जब कुछ अर्थ समझ में आता है और थोड़ा भाव लगता है, आवेश लगता है, तो लगता है कि मैं करूं। और तो बस यही सार बात है। ठीक है।
Thanks, Prabhuji. Thanks for your time and nicely explaining all the points, Prabhuji. We took a lot of your time, Prabhu. We overboarded and extremely sorry for that, Prabhuji.
No, I'm very happy. all my time is for all of you. We did only 1 verse today.
Yeah, but still it was worth, Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Very nice, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My obeisances to all of you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank once again, praise Amarendra Prabhu for giving his valuable time and showering the wonderful lecture of Srimad Bhagavatam. Extremely thankful to you, Prabhuji. So we all do Vaishnava Pranam mantra and chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for the well-being of Prabhu. So let us do the first Pranam mantra and then the chanting. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhi eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
We
you,
will
everyone.
wait for your next session.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So, Hare Krishna, we have already crossed, just going to be 10 o'clock. We'll just quickly wish and chant for our Sri Ranga Devidasi Mataji and Krishna Gopakumar Prabhu on their today being their wedding anniversary. So let us all wholeheartedly pray and bless and chant and wish for them. Yeah. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram.
So Sri Ranga Devi Mataji and Krishna Gopakumar Prabhu wishing you all a very, 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 very wonderful Krishna conscious wedding anniversary and many more such anniversaries. May Krishna bless you with all happiness and you very nicely. You're happy in all aspects, both materially and spiritually. And with all good health and all your desires, may Krishna fulfill all your desires. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So with this, we'll end the session here. I would like to take this opportunity to also, मैं सबसे विनती कर रही हूँ कि आपके जितने भी सब मेंबर्स हैं, आप सभी को उनको वापस बताइए कि सभी लोग इस हम जो ये लेक्चर जो सीरीज कर रहे हैं उसमें सभी लोग शामिल हो जाए और जितना हो सके उसका फायदा उठाए, क्योंकि हमको ये जो इस तरह की जो इंट्रिकसीज है वो हमें नॉर्मल क्लासेस में हमें नहीं मिलता है। तो प्लीज इसके आप पूरा फायदा उठाइए। प्रभु खास हमारे लिए अपना अमूल्य समय हमें दे रहे हैं, तो ये ज्यादा से ऐसी आज अभी मतलब हमारा तो फुल 100 है, अभी तो हमको सिर्फ 50-60 लोग आ रहे हैं। तो इट कैन बी टोल्ड टू ऑल योर रेस्पेक्टिव सेल मेंबर्स एंड ऑल्सो इंस्पायर देम टू ज्वाइन। हमारे तो इतने सारे फैमिलीज है, पता नहीं क्यों ज्वाइन नहीं हो रहे हैं। और थर्सडे, एवरी 3rd Thursday ऑफ द मंथ, अगर आपके जो भी भक्ति वृक्षा के क्लासेस है आप उसको उनको भी इसी में आने के लिए बता दीजिएगा, एंड प्लीज टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस, ठीक है? तो विद दिस आई विल क्लोज द सेशन हियर, या सो एंड yes, yeah, somebody asked, yes Mataji, koi पूछ रहे थे, yeah, we'll give you the recording, Mataji, we'll give the recording, yeah. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, see you all, take care. So with your kind permission, Krishna pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranam.
Hare Krishna. Hare.
Pranam Mataji, Hare Krishna.
I'm ending the meeting.
Pranams.
Krishna Mataji, pranam. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रणाम माता जी।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. All the
हरे
devotees.
कृष्ण प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
चलो नोड़ी प्रभु ने मन लगे।
Haribo, Priyatam Prabhuji, Haribo, Hare Krishna.
हरे बोल प्रभु जी। ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಭು ನಮಗೆ।
Hare Krishna.
ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ। ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಬುಧಾಬಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ। ದುಬೈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್।
So I'm ending the meeting here. Hare Krishna.
हरि बोल। प्रणाम माता जी।
Pranams, pranams.
Pranams Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, pranams.
प्रभु जी